first question is really a very, very easy one, okay? The question is simply put, um, do you get how Kahoot works now? We hope we're explained it right. There is no points for this one. We just want to make sure that you know that there's only one answer per question, that the faster you answer, the more points you will get, that it works better if you use something like a phone or a tablet, and it should be well fun. Okay, nobody voted for any of those things. I don't know if that means that you don't know how it works or you just were really against having points. We'll go over now to our first round, which is one from Johnny Berliner. So, Johnny.
So here we go.
Here is you spin me round.
You spin me round. And it's the round about spinning things round in your mind. So I'm going to show you a graph of a thing. We'll start two-dimensionally. The last couple of pictures will play on this psychological phenomenon, which is, if you look at our faces there, they might look a little bit funny. Now, if you spin it the right way round, you'll see that we look completely hideous because I'd actually turned our eyes and mouths the wrong way round. But we didn't look nearly that hideous upside down because our brains were playing a trick on us. Now, if you in the very last couple of questions of this round, I will show you a couple of pictures of individuals, and some of them might have their mouths and eyes split. So keep an eye out for that.
Some people would argue we look pretty silly and strange at the best of times anyway.
Well, yeah, you might be right, Simon. So okay, so I think we should get on with it. So you're going to see a picture and then 4 little pictures to vote. So which is the rotated picture? Answer as fast as you can. Not so fast that you mess it up.
Am I right in thinking to do something like this in IQ tests? Is this one of those things of spatial awareness?
Yes, there are things like that.
So only 2 people got that correct this time.
Okay, so you.
It's tricky. It's hard.
My tip is to do this with your head. Makes it easier.
Rockstar Hawk is in the lead. I do wish they had their cameras on if they're going to be doing that with their heads so we could see.
Okay, what about this one? They get a little bit harder each time. I like to think there's lots of people doing that at home. There we go. Oh, it was unevenly spread, but more people got it this time. So you're improving. Well done.
Rockstar Hawk is in the lead.
Okay. I always think it's good to look at, think about what side the black things are on and the white things. Oh, there we go. Significantly improved. Well done, everyone. Here we go. This one I find really tricky. Things to look at there. We got all our answers in? Okay, there we go. It's gone up by 1 every time.
We can see Rockstar Hawk has got on fire there. That means you've got so many questions correct in a row. Remember, speed also has an effect. The faster you can answer, the more points you'll get.
Rockstar Hawk must have the eyes of a hawk.
Yeah, I wonder what their spatial stuff is like. I know they can see very long distance. I know they can see we, which is a weird thing for many hawks.
Sorry, when you say they can see we?
Yeah, so it reflects very well in the ultraviolet spectrum. So one of the ways they track down things like mice is they can see their constant urine trails, because mice, the males in particular during musk, just wee all the time. It's one of the reasons you don't want mice in your house. Most people got that right.
Learning stuff today, aren't we, Simon? That's good. Okay. I like how many of our contestants have animals in their name. All right, and now we're a bit 3-dimensional here. So you've just got to work out which is the rotated picture. Of course, it could be rotated in many dimensions. So only 3. I can't rotate things in 4 dimensions. That's a bit tricky.
Yes, you can. Just means
Well,
you're revolving.
you might be able to.
Yeah, I'm rotating my head in the 4th dimension right now.
Through time.
Yeah. Am I completely wrong on that, or is that like?
I think you're rotating your head in 3 dimensions, but it is existing in 4.
Okay.
I don't know if it's possible to rotate in time. I'm getting quite philosophical.
Yeah, can you get back to the start? I suppose that's the thing.
The champion lizard has taken the lead. Well done, champion lizard. I mean, it's a very fitting name.
I suppose to be able to rotate in time, you'd have to be able to go back in time. Like part of the thing of rotation is you end up where you started. So yes. You can't rotate in a 4th dimension because of that.
Or can you?
You're twisting my melon, man. You're rotating my melon.
Okay. All right. Oh, Silver Griffin has taken the lead. It doesn't change at the top. Okay, here we go. I think this now I actually am going to rotate your melon. Except this is 3 of these are the poker player Simon Watt, rather than the comedian Simon Watt. So actually, I didn't rotate your melon.
Why am I wearing a vest in that? That's the real question.
I thought it was just one of your fashion choices.
I suppose I've never been fashionable, and that's the proof right there.
Maybe it'll come around. The old vest look.
It will come around. I see what you did there. That was, yeah.
Okay, which is the rotated Kylie? This is, of course, the cover from the single Spinning Around.
Are you a big Kylie fan, Johnny?
I'm going to say yes to that. I've always had a soft spot for Kylie.
Since the locomotion, and we're showing our age there, aren't we?
I think I should be so lucky. Actually, since before that, when she was in Neighbours. Right. Now, what did you think of that round? It's a chance for you to give us a bit of feedback. Was it so good that your head is spinning? Was it all right in a roundabout way? Was it good but you strained your neck? Or did it make your stomach turn?
Yeah, there's no points for this one, but thank you for your feedback.
Oh, good. Only one person's stomach was turned by that.
So now we're over to one of my rounds. This time, I want to ask you all a little question. I'm intrigued by all things artistic, and you've probably noticed that in this day and age, robots are playing an increasing role even in the art world as well. Not only do we use machines for creating art, like 3D imaging, or just like this person who is ironically also spinning round, but artificial intelligence is increasingly being used in the art world. So artificial intelligence happens when we can train computers and robots and things like that to sort of learn themselves. We feed them data, and then they use that data to kind of extract information and use it going onward. It's kind of what learning is in a way. So what I've done is I've gone to Google, I have typed in a search term, and then I've taken the very top image from that search term, and I've inputted into the AI artist, aiart.tokyo, where we have AI Kahuka. This is an AI computer program that has been trained on a great many Renaissance painters and the paintings of the past. And you can ask it to do a drawing for you, a painting for you, based on a photo that you put in. So for instance, if we ask this computer-generated thing to draw Johnny and I, this is what we get out. Again, is that an improvement? Is that not? Who can say? So the burning question for this round is going to be, what celebrity have we asked the AI artist to draw in these cases? You have to remember, it's the search terms that I've put into Google, and then it's done a drawing based on these people. So do your best. I wonder if you'll know many of these celebrities, or even what they look like. So who is this an AI portrait of? Is it the actor, Steve McQueen? Is it the artist and director, Steve McQueen? Is it the Queen, who is the Queen, or Queen Latifah, the rapper? What do you think? Most of you got that. Well, actually, only some of you got that right.
Yeah.
I suppose Steve McQueen hasn't had many roles lately.
No, it's been a while since he was in it. Is he even alive, Simon?
Oh, yeah, he's alive. I think he's done some directing as well, actually, recently. He's kind of switched. So is this Steve McQueen the actor, Steve McQueen the artist, director, or Queen the monarch? You'll recognize her from such hits as her 50p coin and stamps, or Queen Latifah the rapper. Yeah, most of you got that one right.
A lot of people got that, but she's quite famous.
Yeah, she's got a lot of portraits out there.
A lot of portraits.
Mostly on money and
almost
stamps.
Anyone else in the world.
Is that because of the Commonwealth, basically, because she appears in so much money?
Yeah. I mean, I was making that up, but it makes a lot of sense.
No, I think that's true. Like, I've got my sister-in-law is an incredibly well-known artist because she did some of the art for Scottish fivers and tenors. Which is kind of like, she means like if she's in a taxi or something, giving away some money, she's giving away her artwork. Most of you got that one right. Well done. Steve McQueen done excellent work. Small Axe has been his recent greatest hit.
But she's not getting paid for it. Even worse, she's paying for it.
You're right. It means her art is worth at least a tenner. So is this Steve McQueen the actor, Steve McQueen the director, the Queen, the monarch, or Queen Latifah the rapper? Some of you may have noticed you might have been helped out by a little bit of a process of elimination here.
Well done. No, almost everyone got that right.
Silver Griffin is still in the lead.
Pulling away.
Now, who is this an AI portrait of? Is it Chris Evans the presenter, Chris Evans the actor, Rhys Ifans the actor, or Rhys Evans the footballer? Well done. We've got a lot of football fans in here, I think, today. Or they could just see the expression of a footballer in that one.
Looked like a footballer.
Yeah, it was like sort of taking, I think, the shot from a long way in the pitch. Now, who is this an AI portrait of? Is it Chris Evans the presenter? Is it Chris Evans the actor, Rhys Evans the actor, or Rhys Evans the footballer?
I have to say, they're a better artist, a better portraitist than I am. This computer.
Well done. Most of you got that was Rhys Evans. His real name is Rhys Evans. But that was already taken because of equity, so he had to he Welshified himself up a bit. I went for the Welsh version of Evans, which is Evans. Now, is this the presenter, Chris Evans, or is it Chris Evans the actor, Rhys Evans, or Rhys Evans? Well, we know it's not the bottom two if you've been paying attention, but I don't want to speak for you if you've been paying attention or not. Yeah, most of you got that right. It's all changing a little bit. Rockstar Hawk is on his way up again.
Silver Griffin. He's pulling ahead.
Do you think these are good artworks? Yeah, everybody got that one dead quick. Well done. Chris Evans, the actor. Probably best known as, what would it be?
You can't help it.
Captain America? Would that be his best or best known role? I think.
You're on your own. I just have to Google it. I mean, I can't.
Well, I did. That was how this worked, yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
Who is this an AI portrait of? Is it Brian Cox, the physicist? Is it Brian Cox, the actor? Brian Cox, the D-Ream keyboardist? Or Courtney Cox, the actress?
Now, there is some, there's an opportunity for some pedantry if anyone's quick off the mark.
Not many people got that. That is Brian Cox, the actor. Probably best known for his role in Succession right now, but he is a bit of a national treasure in some ways. He's done so much good work.
Oh, he has. I like him in the X-Men movies.
Who does he play there?
He's the baddie, Striker.
Oh, yeah, well, he'd make a good baddie. He's, like, he does the menace well.
Oh, yeah.
So Brian Cox, the physicist, Brian Cox, the actor. Yes! Again, some of you got that right.
I thought that one looked quite a lot like Delia Smith, the the cookery book writer.
Norwich's favourite daughter.
Yeah.
Who is this an AI portrait of? That should be getting easier now, you'd think, because there's only kind of two left, if you've been paying close attention. Is this Courtney Cox, the actress, or Brian Cox, the D-Ream? Oh, most of you got that wrong. Yes. Before he was a physicist, Brian was famous as the keyboardist from D-Ream. Things Can Only Get Better being their greatest hit. And he had very...
I think it did look more like Courtney Cox than Brian Cox, that one.
It was very different hair back then. It was the 90s. What can we say? What was your hair like in the 90s, Johnny?
I had curtains.
You had curtains?
I got a little in the 90s.
I'm sure I had significantly less hair because this is a lockdown haircut, by which I mean awful. You know, there's just so much of it now. How would you find that? Oh, an even spread in terms of our evaluation for that one.
Good.
Hope you enjoyed it. Okay, we're going back to you for another round, Johnny.
All right.
This time, the questions are all about space. Fill us in.
Right, so for this round, I'm going to show you a series of objects. You have to simply say whether you find them, whether they are a galaxy, a planet, a star, or something you find in the news agent. So let's quick off the draw. Some of them are quite easy. So, for instance, you probably won't find that Mars in a news agent, but is it a planet, a star, or a galaxy? I think everyone's got their answers in pretty quickly for that one. Almost there. There we go. Everyone knew it was a planet. Came very close to us quite recently. It looks slightly red if you're able to see it.
Do you know why it's red?
Now I'm going to guess it's the colour of the dirt, which is very high in iron oxide.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a rusty planet.
Yeah. Venus, well done everyone for getting Venus planet as well. Of course, Venus, we've only ever managed to get something down onto Venus once, but all the cameras and everything got destroyed in the toxic atmosphere that they had there, which is almost like pure sulfuric acid. Like very unpleasant. Now, what is Mars? Is this a planet, a star, or a galaxy? Or something you find in a news agent? Well, some people thought it was a planet. I would quite like a chocolate planet that we could visit. I think that would be fun. It makes space exploration even more interesting and fun than it already is.
I roll a chance, Johnny. I was watching the Venus footage that you were talking about there just earlier this week.
Oh, really?
And it's incredible because it was some early Russian space scientists that arranged this thing. And although they had been expecting the thing to burn up so quickly and get no footage, it way outlasted their expectations. Their over-engineering really worked. The footage is incredible, just as you're seeing the sort of machine decay quickly around the camera.
Wow, that's weird. There we go. Well done, everyone. The sun is a star. It's a big, firing ball of plasma in space. What is the Milky Way that you see in front of you?
I hope some people...
People are getting faster there, but some people... A lot of people said the Milky Way is a star. In fact, the Milky Way, the one in space, is actually the galaxy that we are in.
They were so eager, so quick off the mark.
Yeah, Andromeda is that smudge in the sky there that's being pointed to. Now, the smudge gives you an idea of what it might be. Well done, everyone who said it's a galaxy. See, a smudge, the reason it looks like a smudge is because a galaxy is a collection of billions, hundreds of billions of stars.
It's the furthest light you can see with the human eye from Earth. if you're lucky enough to see it. I saw it in France last year, just about. Like I went out into the dark as often as I could to see if I could manage it.
Snowy Hen is on fire, though. What about Beetlejuice? So, it's not a smudge, but it is quite bright and kind of red, which makes it interesting. Well done, everyone who's got a star. It's actually a star that's getting to the end of its life. It's a red giant star. And at some point soon, it may turn into a supernova. But we're not sure when. Might happen in the next couple of years or the next couple of million years. Some of you tried to get very quick off the mark there with Mercury as a planet, but you've got to wait for the picture. Got to wait for the picture. Well done, Silver Griffin. What did you think of that round? Was it out of this world? Would you rather leave the sun? Do you need some space now? Or do you know more about chocolate than you do about stars? Oh,
Seven people aren't Liverpool fans. That's what you can tell from this, isn't it? Excellent. Well, we're back to one of my rounds, everyone. And for this one, it's our cuisine round, a cookery round. So I'm sure many of you are perfectly aware, maybe you're very good lockdown chefs, you've been doing your best. What we're looking at here is a fruit salad. We can see such wonderful fruits as oranges and bananas and grapes and strawberries. What you might not know, though, is that this is also a fruit salad because cucumbers, tomatoes, avocados are all fruit. Okay, you might be able to spy a bit of onion in there as well, and that doesn't count, but these are all fruit, the rest of them. But what's even more extraordinary is that you might well have worked out that something like tomato is a fruit, and you might know what some things are, but a lot of these that you're looking at, they're not just fruit, they're actually berries. So that's a bit weird, but we call berries and what are berries botanically, there's a great difference there. So the thing I want you to remember throughout this round is that according to the Encyclopedia Britannica, a berry in botany is a simple, fleshy fruit that usually has many seeds on the inside. That's a bit of a hint for as we go.
What makes fruit simple?
What makes fruit simple?
Yeah, I mean, do you get complex?
You kind of do, actually, but that means that you've got parts of, say, the leaves featuring in part of the fruit as well. So it depends what part becomes sort of fleshy. It depends, again, how we define fruit. So the quickest, easiest way is it's kind of like when the ovary swells and provides nourishment, either to the thing which is inside it, the seed that'll grow, or to something like a bat or an insect, which will help disperse it. Yeah?
Okay.
But you could also argue that some of that nourishment sometimes comes from other parts which grow. In fact, we might come to that as we go along. Okay. So the big question here is I'm going to show you lots and lots of fruit. What you're looking at here, is it a berry or not a berry? Is it even a fruit? We'll find out. Silver Griffin currently in the lead. Smart Badger, you're doing well. Snowy Hen catching up as well as Helpful Shark and Silly Buffalo. And as we can see there, we have some more people on the way. So a tomato. Is this a fruit? It wasn't the fruit salad that I was mentioning, but it was the avocado. Well done. Most of you got that wrong, but a tomato is technically a berry. Think about it. It's got all those seeds on the inside.
And it's simple. Pretty simple.
Champion Lizard catching up.
Right.
What about a raspberry?
Raspberry has the word berry.
I've always wondered, you know this thing?
Yeah.
Why is that called blowing a raspberry? Answers in the chat if you know. I've got no idea.
I couldn't tell you.
Okay, again, most of you got that wrong. A raspberry is not a berry. Now, the key for this one, the way to think of it, is actually get lots of little berries together. It's what we call an aggregate fruit. So all the different fruits have come together You can think of it like this. There's kind of like one seed inside each little bit, so each little driplet. So it's not a berry technically.
It's not a simple fruit.
It's not a simple fruit. It's complicated, really.
Very complicated fruit.
What about a strawberry?
Well, I mean, I can see the seeds.
Is this a berry or not a berry? That you think the name would give it? It's not straw. We can tell that much.
Oh, evenly split there.
Half and half. Again, it kind of depends how you define these things. You could also argue that a strawberry isn't even a fruit, because in this case, the fleshy bit that grows wasn't just the ovary. So we're around each seed. That's kind of like the fruit. And it just so happens to be lumped onto this thing. They call it an accessory fruit, if you want to know the real technical term again. What about this one, a blueberry? Is it even blue? Like, can we agree on that?
Well, I've always thought they're more of a sort of a deep purple.
Smoke in the water and all that, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of you got that right, yeah. A blueberry is a berry. This one does not lie to us.
Pretty simple. Seeds are on the inside. Fleshy. Not a lot of flesh.
What about a gooseberry? The photos are really helping you here, I think. Yeah, well done, most of you. That is a berry. Oh, it's all changing. Soaring hair, you're on fire. You're really catching up. Sturdy ant, you may well take the lead. An aubergine.
Oh. Aubergines have seeds in.
What was that, Johnny?
I said, do aubergines have seeds in?
Have you cut one open lately?
I mean, they sort of do. They're not like the sort of seeds that get stuck in your teeth, right?
Yeah, do you know what? I have to say, I'm not too sure if this is one of those things where there's probably a big difference in the cultivar, the domesticated version, which we all eat, and the wild one. So if you look at something like a banana, it's got loads and loads of small, tiny seeds in them, but they're all infertile. It's because they're all clones. It might be something similar with aubergines. Or, I don't know, maybe those seeds, if you were to plant them, an aubergine will actually grow. I think not. I think they're probably being hampered in some way.
I think we're getting the hang of this now.
Yeah, grapes are berries. Well done. Soaring hair, you're catching up. Silver Griffin retaining the lead.
Cucumber. I mean, it's fleshy. Got seeds.
Well done, most of you. Yes, a cucumber counts as a berry too.
Should have been a cucumberry.
Yeah, that's got a ring to it. Now, if you examine the watermelon closely, I think it'll help you a lot here.
I can see flesh. I can see seeds. I'm not sure how simple it is.
Yeah. I love watermelons. Well done, most of you. One of the really cool things about a watermelon, if you look inside there, if you went and saw the ancestral watermelon, the fruit was probably not much bigger than one of those seeds. They're a real example of the kind of extremes of a cultivation, of how we've been altering things through selective breeding and farming for millennia now. Thousands of years at least. Sorry?
They're really tasty, tiny weeny.
Well, I think they were very bitter as well, actually.
Really?
I think they were kind of eaten more as like almost like the seeds themselves. Is this a berry or not a berry?
Silly question. Now, does she have seeds inside?
Well, if she's eating that cake, most certainly, yes.
Is she a simple fruit?
Okay, fine. I might be taking the mickey here a bit, but yes, it's Mary Berry. Come on.
I think that's unfair, Simon. She is not a simple fruit.
Oh, fine.
Except that she might be fleshy.
So, what did you think of that round? The next round is one of Johnny's, and I think we're on to the final round. It's been really have fun having you all here. Good luck. Do your best. Have we had any pedantry whatsoever?
We haven't. No pedantry in the chat there.
So nobody noticed that I spelled physics wrong earlier?
Nobody
No.
noticed.
Or we've just been so accurate all day that there's no pedantry to be had. Silver Griffin.
Little biological facts on berries and animals have all been correct. Who knows?
We'll do our best.
Yeah.
Back over to you, Johnny. We've got another round. This one is, well, explain it, please.
So is it true or false round?
Yeah.
So you just simply have to say whether the statement is true or false, or not sure. Is it a not sure?
Let's find out.
It is. So it might be true, it might be false, but actually science may not really know. So what do you think? Are there 9 planets in the solar system? A true statement, a false statement. Well, the scientists do not really know. We find almost all the answers in. This one's taken all the time. There we go. So, in fact, only 2 people got this right. We're not really sure whether there are 9 planets. A lot of people say there's 8 because we've got the 8 planets. Some people think it's 9 because they really think Pluto should be a planet. But now there's a lot of people, a lot of astronomers who are starting to think that there is another planet that's quite big, but really far out. It means that we've never really been able to see it.
So are they predicting this using the maths? Because I know that's how they discovered, was it Neptune? Neptune was theorized.
Uranus as well.
Uranus.
Yeah, so yeah, they could see that some of the orbits of other planets, and maybe even some meteors and things like that, don't follow the expected path. And one explanation is maybe there's another planet throwing a bit of extra gravity into the way the solar system works and throwing everything out.
Literally throwing its weight around.
Yes, literally throwing its weight around.
Or its mass. Yeah.
Well, once gravity's involved, we're talking weight. All right, the Spanish flu of 1918 killed 1 in 20 people on Earth. Is that true or false? We're not sure. A lot of people. A lot of people. Let's put the pandemic that we're going through at the moment into perspective if it's true. There we go. Let's got all our answers in. True. It was really devastating. They didn't find a vaccine for the Spanish flu, and they certainly didn't have all of the medicine that we have nowadays to help save people's lives. Now, do we yawn to increase the oxygen going to our brain? It's kind of interesting that yawns are contagious. I don't think we've really got an explanation for that. The answer to this is we have no idea why we yawn. No one has ever been able to prove that. It's increasing oxygen to the brain is one explanation, but it's certainly never been proved. Something we do when we're tired, maybe to wake up. So possible with oxygen.
We know we do it in the womb.
Well, then that makes no sense because you don't get your oxygen by breathing in the womb. Now, who knows? Maybe it's just to exercise your breathing muscles. Now, daddy long legs have deadly venom but can't bite through our skin. I've certainly heard that before, many times. That's false. Lots of people think that's true. But yeah, that one's actually false. They don't have deadly venom. And I don't know whether they can bite through our skin or not. And Simon, you're about to tell us it depends on the species of daddy.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is there's about 4 or 5 different things called daddy longlegs, including some spiders and including the one you had a photo of there being a crane fly. So the crane fly most certainly can't bite through our skin. A couple of spiders might be able to. No, not lethal.
So don't be scared of daddy long legs. Just try and catch them gently in a cup and put them out the window. All right, now, do goldfish have a 3-second memory? If they do, how does anyone do that experiment? Get out a little, play a little memory game with the goldfish. That is false. Well done. Everyone's starting to get tuned in to what sort of things are utter nonsense, just urban myths and what sort of things are based on real evidence. Okay, let's have another one. Nursing blue whales produce up to 400 litres of milk per day. A lot of milk. 400 litres, that's like 800 pints of milk. But, you know, blue whales are quite big, so presumably they, the calves need quite a lot. That's true. Can you imagine?
If I'm right, it's probably also incredibly thick, so it doesn't dilute. I know a lot of the sea mammals have cottage cheese-like milk, a bit chewy.
400 litres of cottage cheese.
Mm.
Okay. You have the most cottage cheese factories probably don't do that. So the 5-second rule, you know, when you drop stuff on the floor and then pick it up and put it in your mouth, does that work? Does it take 5 seconds for horrible bacteria to get on your food? What do we think? Quite a lot of you said false. Well done. It is. Actually, it takes under a second for 99% of bacteria that are going to be on your food to get on your food. So if you drop your food on the floor and you don't want to eat bacteria, don't put it in your mouth. But, you know, if you're going to pick up anything that bad, what good for your immune system, believe me. Right, chickens can sense magnetic fields. It's true. Or false. Or do we not know? Do they have an internal compass? I think it'd be quite cool if we could sense magnetic fields. It's true. It's amazing. In fact, quite a few birds do. And it's how they are able to find their way to like places thousands of miles away when they need rain. Some are really good at recognizing features of the land as well. Pigeons, especially. Silver Griffin has maintained a solid lead for quite a while here. Well done, Phil. Okay. Simon, can we have the next question? Now, does hot water freeze faster than cold water? I mean, that just sounds wrong. That just sounds true. Is it false? Not sure. Now, this one I love because it was discovered by a school child called George Matumba, who was in Africa and would he'd put stuff in the freezer so that he'd have something cool, presumably, because Africa's a hot place. Something cool, like it, you know, an old slolly. And he noticed that sometimes when he put stuff that was hot water in, it froze faster than stuff that was cold water. We have no explanation of why or when it will happen. Right, so a meteor caused the dinosaurs' extinction. Is this true, false, or not sure? Feels like an easy one, this one.
I love your quite accurate-ish photo there. Photo, that's the wrong word for a dinosaur picture, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely wasn't a camera there. That's actually false. Because the dinosaurs never went extinct. In fact, they just evolved into, some of them evolved into birds. So,
but it means it happened after / maybe before the.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. They are extinct now. I mean, are dinosaurs that different to, or lizards that different to dinosaurs? We just not call them dinosaurs anymore.
I suppose it's because we know there was one set of dinosaurs that end up being with birds. That's kind of it. The really confusing thing, if you're a paleontologist, is that you get a group of dinosaurs which are called the bird-hipped dinosaurs, because they've got hips very, very like birds, and they all went extinct. And then a different group turned into birds.
Yeah.
Just to confuse us.
All right. So, how do we do?
In third place.
In second place, Studia. Number 1. really Silver Griffin was winning throughout.
Congratulations, Silver Griffin. Now, I know these are not your real names, so if you do want to put who they are in the chat, we can give you an actual shout out. And the next thing you also have to do is you'll see that, of course, there's 2 other people in this chat. We've got some people from West Suffolk College, and we've got Victoria from STEMtastic, which is based at West Suffolk College. If you can drop them an email, they'll give you the details here. They'll make sure that they get a book to you. If you put in your name as well, of course, it means that I'll be able to sign them. So who are the winners? Oh, who is Snowy Hen? Snowy Hen, please give us your name. If you want to. This is all voluntary, of course. Hello?
Okay.
Danny, congratulations, Danny. Because I'll be writing your names into the book to say victorious you have been. We'll leave you to deal with all that stuff with the West Sussex College people. We'd first of all like to give them a massive thanks for having us. This is our 2nd time doing this remotely, and it is obviously infinitely more fun playing with you all in real life and doing experiments and live presentations and having proper good audience participation because we're all there in the one place. But this is a fun sort of second best. So I've been Simon Watt. Thank you very much. Anything to say, Johnny?
I've been Johnny Banana.
Thank you so much, Simon and Johnny. It's been great to have you. I know that my daughter has been playing along upstairs, so I don't think she was a winner. But yeah, it's been great. It's been really great. Thank you so much. And if the winner could please email stemtastic@wsc.ac.uk, we will arrange for Simon to send his book to you as your prize.
Not just the winner, the top 3. We've got 3.
The top 3, I beg your pardon, the top 3. Please do that. Okay, thank you, everybody.
Enjoy what remains of your lockdown, if you have one. All the best. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.